My beloved child, hear this carefully, because this moment is not accidental. You did not arrive here by chance. Something big is coming to you today, and it is directly connected to one simple but powerful decision you made earlier. You did not skip the last message. Heaven noticed. Obedience matters, and obedience is always rewarded. There are many who heard the sound of the call and turned away. There are many who felt the nudge and ignored it. But you stayed. You listened. You remained open when it would have been easier to scroll past, to doubt, to delay. And because of that, I, Archangel Michael, am standing before you now with a message that carries weight, authority, and divine timing. Let me be clear from the very beginning. What is coming is not random. It is not delayed. It is not a maybe. It has already been set in motion. The moment you obeyed, something shifted in the spiritual realm. A door that was waiting for alignment began to open. A chain that had been holding things back began to loosen. You may not have felt it immediately, but heaven felt it instantly. There is a reason this message reached you today. Today is a marker. Today is a turning point. Today is a response. Many prayers rise to heaven, but not all prayers are paired with obedience. You, however, paired your prayer with action, even if that action looked small in the natural. And heaven responds powerfully to those who respond faithfully. Listen closely now. What is coming to you is bigger than what you asked for, but it will not overwhelm you. It will stretch you, yes. It will surprise you, absolutely. But it will arrive with peace, not confusion. This blessing will not pull you away from who you are. It will confirm who you are becoming. There has been a quiet testing period in your life. A season where it felt like you were doing the right things, but seeing little movement. A time where silence seemed louder than answers. That was not punishment. That was preparation. Obedience is often tested in silence, and you passed without realizing how closely you were being watched. I need you to understand this. The reward is not only about what you will receive, it is about what will be released through you. Something big is coming because you are being trusted with more clarity, more influence, more responsibility, more favor. Heaven does not promote carelessly. It promotes those who listen even when it would be easier not to. You may have questioned yourself recently, wondered if your consistency even mattered. Asked quietly, does anyone see this? Yes, it was seen. It was recorded. And now it is being answered. What is about to unfold will make sense of delays you couldn't explain. It will connect dots that felt unrelated. You will look back and realize that every moment of obedience was stacking something in your favor. Nothing was wasted. Not your patience. Not your restraint. Not your faith. Be alert today. Be aware. The reward may come through a message, a sudden opportunity, a shift in conversation, or an unexpected opening. Do not dismiss small movements. Heaven often disguises big changes in humble wrapping. Stay sensitive. Stay grounded. Stay grateful. There is also something else I must tell you. This reward is not meant to inflate pride. It is meant to deepen trust. The same obedience that brought you here will be required to steward what comes next. Do not rush. Do not boast. Do not doubt. Simply remain aligned. I, Archangel Michael, am assigned to protect what is being released to you. Low interference. No confusion. No theft. What is coming has divine clearance. It will arrive at the right speed, in the right form, and with the right confirmation. You will know when it happens, not because of noise, but because of peace. This message is the signal. The previous one was the test. And today is the beginning of the reward cycle. Stay with this. Let it settle. Something is already moving toward you as you listen. My chosen one, lean in with your spirit open, because what I am about to reveal will bring clarity to what you have been sensing but could not fully explain. You have felt a stirring, a quiet expectancy, a sense that something was aligning behind the scenes. That feeling was not imagination. That was discernment awakening. When obedience is honored, heaven does not respond casually. It responds intentionally, precisely, and at the right moment. I, Archangel Michael, want you to understand that obedience is not about perfection. It is about alignment. You did not obey because you understood everything. You obeyed because you trusted the nudge. That is why what is coming will not only bless you, it will reposition you. There are shifts that happen quietly before they become visible, and you are standing in that invisible phase right now. There has been spiritual resistance around you, not because you are weak, but because what you carry has weight. The enemy only resists what threatens darkness. Yet hear this clearly, resistance does not mean denial. It means confirmation. And because you chose obedience over comfort, protection has been activated around your next steps. You will not step into confusion. You will not walk into traps. You will not be rushed into regret. Some of you have been waiting for a sign, wondering if you should move forward or hold back. This message is your sign. Forward movement is authorized. However, it must be taken with wisdom, patience, and continued listening. Obedience is not a one-time action. It is a posture. What you are stepping into requires the same humility that brought you here. There is also healing connected to what is coming. Not just emotional healing, but restoration of confidence. You have carried silent disappointment, moments where you questioned your worth, your timing, even your calling. Those questions are about to lose their grip. The reward of obedience often begins with inner peace before it manifests externally. Pay attention to how your thoughts are shifting. That is the first evidence. And now let me speak plainly. This message is not only for you. It is meant to travel. When you engage with it, when you affirm it, when you share it, you are helping others recognize the same call. That is why I urge you, in this moment, to like this video, share it with someone who needs confirmation, and leave a comment declaring that you receive this word. Your engagement is not just interaction. It is agreement. And agreement amplifies impact. If this message is resonating with you, subscribe to this channel and become part of this growing assignment. There are words being released here that are timed, protected, and purposeful. When you stay connected, you stay aligned. This is not about numbers. It is about consistency and community. Join the mission, stay covered, and do not disconnect right before things shift. Here is something else unfolding that you must not overlook. Obedience has marked you as trustworthy. Because of that, insight is increasing. You may notice sharper intuition, clearer discernment, and stronger conviction. This is preparation. What is coming will require you to recognize it quickly and respond without fear. Hesitation will not be your portion. You are also being separated from distractions. Some connections will fade naturally. Some conversations will no longer satisfy. This is not loss, it is focus. Heaven often removes noise before releasing direction. Do not cling to what feels familiar if it no longer feels aligned. Trust the pruning. It is making room. I want to remind you that rewards from obedience do not always arrive loudly. Sometimes they arrive as favor in a conversation, sometimes as peace in a decision, sometimes as timing that cannot be explained. Do not measure the blessing by how dramatic it looks. Measure it by how aligned it feels. And before you move on, let this settle deep within you. What you are experiencing now is the beginning of a sequence. Each step will reveal the next. Do not rush ahead. Stay present. Stay responsive. Heaven is guiding you moment by moment. If this message is speaking to you, help spread it. Like this video, share it, comment with your agreement, and subscribe so you do not miss what is released next. Your support strengthens this assignment and keeps these messages flowing to those who are still searching. Hold on, because what is about to be revealed next will connect everything you have been sensing and confirm why this moment matters more than you realize. Beloved soul, receive this with reverence, because what is unfolding now goes deeper than reward. Obedience has not only positioned you for blessing, it has positioned you for revelation. There are truths being unlocked that could not be entrusted to you earlier, not because you were unworthy, but because timing matters in heaven. Now is that time. I, Archangel Michael, speak to you as one who guards divine assignments. The reason you felt pressure before breakthrough is because pressure reveals readiness. You were being shaped quietly, molded without applause, strengthened without recognition. And when you chose obedience in moments that felt unseen, you aligned yourself with heaven's rhythm. That alignment is why things are beginning to move. Something big coming to you today is not merely external. Yes, there will be visible results. Yes, there will be tangible changes. But first comes authority. You are stepping into a season where your words will carry weight, your decisions will bring clarity, and your presence will bring peace. This is not accidental. It is the fruit of obedience practiced when no one was watching. There has been a pattern in your life where delays made you question direction. You wondered if waiting meant denial, but waiting was protection. If what is coming had arrived earlier, it would have overwhelmed you. Now, you are strong enough to receive it without losing yourself. Heaven never releases blessing at the cost of your soul. You may notice that certain fears are losing their voice. Anxiety that once whispered constantly is quieting. This is because alignment produces confidence. Not confidence in self, but confidence in divine leading. You are beginning to trust what you sense again. The trust is a gift restored through obedience. Let me also reveal this. What is coming will correct an imbalance. There had been an area where effort outweighed reward, where giving exceeded receiving. That season is closing. Balance is being restored. What you sowed faithfully is returning in multiplied form, not only to meet needs, but to establish stability. You are also being watched by others more than you realize. Your consistency has spoken louder than your words. When this next phase unfolds, people will seek your insight, not because you chased influence, but because integrity attracts attention. Remain humble. Remain teachable. That posture will keep you elevated without pride. This message itself is a confirmation that you are not late. You are not behind. You are precisely where you need to be. Obedience has kept you in alignment even when progress felt slow. Now acceleration is coming, but it will not feel chaotic. It will feel ordered. I need you to mark this moment. Not with fear, not with urgency born of pressure, but with gratitude. Gratitude anchors blessing. Pause and acknowledge what has already shifted inside you. That awareness strengthens what is unfolding. And now, hear this carefully, because this is not by coincidence. If this message is resonating deeply with your spirit, type "I receive the reward of obedience" in the comments right now. This is not about visibility. It is about declaration. Blessing code 777 has just been released over this word, and agreement activates it. And as this blessing code settles, I speak directly to those who feel stirred to support this mission. I hear the Lord say, this is the moment where obedience meets overflow. When you give into this work, you are not supporting a channel. You are helping light reach those who are still in darkness. Your seed becomes oil that keeps this flame burning. I speak this as a living word to you. As you sow, heaven opens streams in dry places. This message exists because someone chose obedience before you. Now you are invited into that same flow. I am personally inviting you to act, because obedience is not only about listening, it is about responding. If this word has fed you, strengthened you, or confirmed you, then respond prophetically. Use super thanks, join the membership, or give through the PayPal link in the description. This is not a donation. It is a divine exchange. What you release here will return to you pressed down, shaken together, and overflowing. I bless every giver now. May your obedience unlock provision you could not manufacture. May doors open without struggle. May peace guard your household. And may heaven remember your seed when you least expect it. Do not delay what your spirit is already saying yes to. Act now. Release now. Step into alignment now. What is coming next will reveal how this obedience continues to protect and elevate you beyond what you imagined. My beloved one, take a deep breath in your spirit, because what I am about to reveal will steady your heart. The momentum you are sensing is real, but it is not meant to rush you. Heaven moves with purpose, not panic. What is unfolding now is not a sudden wave meant to knock you over. It is a rising tide designed to lift you gradually into a higher place. I, Archangel Michael, want you to understand that after obedience is rewarded, wisdom is required. Many receive blessings but lose direction because they move without discernment. That will not be your story. You are being guided step by step, even when it feels quiet. Silence does not mean absence. Often, silence means instruction is being written deeper than words. There's a new level of awareness awakening in you. You may notice that situations which once confused you are now becoming clearer. Decisions that once felt heavy are now easier to make. This is because your spiritual senses are sharpening. Obedience fine-tunes perception. It aligns your inner compass so you can recognize what is safe, what is timely, and what must be left behind. Some things will not be able to follow you into this next phase. This does not mean they were wrong. It simply means they were seasonal. Not everything that helped you survive is meant to help you thrive. You are learning the difference now. Letting go will not feel like loss. It will feel like relief. You may also notice an increase in responsibility. This is not a burden. It is trust. Heaven entrusts more to those who have proven faithful with less. You have shown that you can listen, wait, and obey without demanding immediate results. That maturity is rare. That is why new assignments are being prepared quietly around you. There is also protection surrounding you that you cannot see. Conversations that could have harmed you are being redirected. Opportunities that look good but would drain you are being delayed. This is not frustration. It is favor. Protection often lives like prevention. Trust what is not happening as much as what it. Let me speak to your heart concerning timing. You are not behind. You are not late. You have not missed your moment. Heaven does not operate on human clocks. What feels slow to you is precise in the spiritual realm. When things begin to move more visibly, you will realize that everything had to align perfectly to sustain what is coming. You are entering a season where your discernment will protect you more than effort ever could. You will know when to speak and when to remain silent. You will know when to move and when to wait. This is not hesitation. This is wisdom. The more you honor this inner leading, the smoother your path will become. I also need to address the quiet fear you have carried. The fear that if things finally go right, something might go wrong. That fear is being dismantled. You are learning to trust stability. You are learning that peace does not have to be temporary. What is being built now has roots. It will last. There is a new confidence forming in you, but it is gentle, not loud. It does not need validation. It does not seek approval. It simply knows. This confidence is a sign that you are aligned. When you are aligned, you do not chase, you attract. You do not force, you flow. Be mindful of your words in this season. Life and direction are responding to what you speak. Speak with intention. Speak with gratitude. Speak with faith, even when circumstances are still catching up. Your words are not just expressions, they are instructions. You may feel moments of excitement mixed with moments of stillness. Do not interpret stillness as stagnation. A seed grows quietly before it breaks the surface. Much is happening beneath what you can see. Trust the process. Trust the pace. I, Archangel Michael, remain near you in this phase. My assignment is to guard your progress and keep your path clear. You are not walking alone. You are being guided, protected, and strengthened in ways you will recognize later. Let this settle in you now. Do not rush ahead in your thoughts. Stay present. Stay open. Stay obedient in small things, because small obedience continues to unlock great doors. What is ahead will require calm courage, steady faith, and continued listening. And you are ready for that, even if you do not fully feel it yet. Chosen one, allow this message to reach the deepest place within you, because what is unfolding now requires inner stability. The season ahead is not about rushing forward. It is about standing firm. Momentum is increasing, but so is your capacity to carry it. Heaven never releases increase without first establishing grounding, and that is what is happening to you now. I, Archangel Michael, am speaking to you in this moment to remind you that strength is not always loud. True strength is calm under pressure, steady under change, and faithful under responsibility. You are being fortified from the inside out. This is why certain emotional reactions are no longer controlling you the way they once did. You are responding differently because you are becoming different. There has been a quiet restructuring taking place in your priorities. Things that once demanded your attention no longer hold the same power. You are learning to discern what truly matters. This clarity is not accidental. It is necessary for what is coming next. Distraction cannot coexist with destiny. Focus is being refined in you, not through force, but through understanding. You may have noticed that your tolerance for chaos has decreased. Environments that thrive on confusion or constant urgency feel uncomfortable now. That is because you are being aligned with peace. Peace is not passivity, it is authority under control. What you are stepping into requires a mind that is settled and a heart that is anchored. There is also a deeper level of trust forming between you and God. Not the kind of trust that depends on immediate results, but the kind that rests even when answers are still forming. This trust will sustain you when visible confirmation is delayed. You are learning that faith is not proven by speed, but by consistency. Some of the lessons you are carrying were learned through disappointment. Promises that did not materialize when you expected them to. People who did not show up the way they said they would. Those experiences did not weaken you. They refined you. They taught you discernment without bitterness and hope without naivety. The balance is rare, and it is valuable. I need you to hear this clearly. The coming season will require you to stand confident without explanation. Not everyone will understand your choices. Not everyone will see what you see. That does not mean you are wrong. It means you are listening at a different level. You no longer need external validation to move forward. Inner confirmation will be enough. There will be moments where progress feels slow again, but this time it will not unsettle you. You will recognize the rhythm. You will know that pauses are part of the process. Maturity is being able to wait without anxiety and move without fear. You are developing that maturity now. Pay attention to how you handle small responsibilities in this season. Faithfulness in quiet tasks is being observed. Heaven watches how you treat what others overlook. How you steward time, how you manage words, how you honor commitments. These details are not insignificant. They are indicators of readiness. There is also a call toward greater discipline. Not rigid control, but intentional living. You are being invited to choose consistency over convenience. This will not feel restrictive. It will feel empowering. Discipline creates space for freedom. When you govern your time and energy wisely, you make room for what truly matters. You may feel a gentle pull toward simplifying certain areas of your life. This is wisdom, not withdrawal. Simplification clears space for depth. You are being prepared for substance, not surface-level success. What is coming will require depth of character more than display. I want to speak to the part of you that still carries quiet doubt. The voice that wonders if you will be able to sustain what is coming. Hear this. You will not be asked to carry it alone. Support will come at the right time. Strength will be renewed when needed. You will grow into the responsibility as it unfolds. Grace always meets assignment. Your role in this season is to remain obedient in the ordinary. Keep listening. Keep responding. Keep choosing integrity even when shortcuts are available. This is how stability is built. This is how longevity is secured. I, Archangel Michael, continue to stand guard over your progress. There are things being deflected that you will never see. There are paths being cleared ahead of you before you arrive. Trust the covering. Trust the guidance. Trust the timing. Let this truth anchor you now. You are not being hurried, and you are not being held back. You are being prepared, and preparation is the language of promotion in heaven. Remain steady. Remain teachable. Remain obedient. What is ahead will require all three, and you are already walking in them more than you realize. Beloved one, as you step further into this unfolding season, there is a strengthening happening that goes beyond what you can feel emotionally. Your spirit is being trained to recognize alignment quickly and resist distraction firmly. This is important, because what is coming will require discernment more than force. You will not need to fight for what belongs to you. You will need to recognize it and receive it with clarity. I, Archangel Michael, want you to understand that the enemy often tries to create noise right before momentum increases. Not to stop you, but to slow your focus. That is why your ability to remain centered matters now more than ever. You are learning to hear direction even when there are many voices. This is a skill formed through obedience over time, not through urgency. You may notice that your reactions are changing. Where you once felt the need to explain yourself, you now feel peace in silence. Where you once rushed to fix everything, you now wait for instruction. This is growth. Restraint is a sign of strength, not weakness. You are no longer moved by pressure. You are led by purpose. There is also an invitation in this season to deepen your commitment. Not just spiritually, but but in how you show up consistently. Consistency builds momentum quietly. You do not see its full impact immediately, but it compounds over time. This applies to your faith, your habits, and your attention. Where you place consistent focus, results will follow. Some of you are being called to engage more actively with what is feeding your spirit. Messages like this are not meant to be consumed passively. They are meant to be partnered with. When you affirm truth, when you agree with it, when you engage with it, you strengthen its influence in your life. That is why your response matters. If this word is aligning with you, take a moment now to like this video and let that be a sign of agreement. Share it with someone who may be quietly waiting for confirmation. Leave a comment declaring that you are walking in obedience and clarity. These actions are not random. They create spiritual alignment and community connection. I also encourage you to subscribe to this channel if you have not already. There is a rhythm forming here, a flow of timely messages meant to guide, protect, and confirm. Staying connected keeps you positioned to receive what is released next. Join this space intentionally, not casually. It is part of your alignment. There is something else I need to make clear. You are not meant to walk this season alone. Support will come through community, through shared understanding, through voices that echo truth rather than confusion. Do not isolate yourself. Alignment thrives in connection. When you stay engaged, you stay strengthened. You may be feeling a growing sense of anticipation mixed with calm assurance. That balance is healthy. It means you are hopeful without being anxious, expectant without being restless. This emotional stability is preparing you to handle increase wisely. What is coming will not destabilize you. It will build upon what has already been established. Pay attention to the doors that open naturally. If something requires constant force, constant justification, constant struggle, pause and reassess. Alignment often feels supported, not strained. This does not mean there will be no effort, but effort will feel purposeful, not draining. There is also a refining of your voice taking place. How you speak, when you speak, and what you speak will matter more. Your words will carry influence in subtle ways. Be mindful to speak life not out of habit but out of intention. What you declare in this season has weight. I want to remind you that obedience continues even after blessing begins. The same listening that brought you here must continue to guide you forward. Do not assume you can move on past instruction. Stay sensitive. Stay teachable. Stay responsive. If at any moment you feel uncertain, return to stillness. Stillness will recalibrate you. You do not need to rush to keep up with what is unfolding. What is meant for you will not pass you by. Trust that timing is being handled beyond what you can see. Before this message moves forward, let it anchor you again. You are aligned. You are protected. You are being guided. And what is unfolding is not fragile. It is supported. Hold on, because the next revelation will bring a deeper understanding of why this season feels different from anything you have walked through before. Beloved child, there is a quiet unfolding happening now that may not be visible to the outside world, but it is deeply significant in the spiritual realm. What you are experiencing is not just progress. It is transition. You are moving from preparation into positioning. This is why things feel both familiar and new at the same time. You are standing between what was and what is becoming. I, Archangel Michael, want you to recognize that this phase requires trust more than explanation. You will not always have clarity about every step, but you will have enough light for the next one. That is how divine guidance works. It does not overwhelm you with the full picture. It invites you into partnership, step by step. Your obedience keeps that light steady. There is a refining happening in your discernment. You are beginning to sense what aligns with your future even before it fully appears. This is why certain opportunities no longer excite you the way they once did. You are no longer drawn to what looks impressive but lacks substance. You are being trained to recognize depth over display. You may also feel a subtle detachment from old versions of yourself. Habits, thought patterns, and reactions that once defined you no longer feel natural. This is not loss, it is growth. You are shedding what cannot sustain where you are going. Transformation often feels like unfamiliarity before it feels like confidence. There is an inner authority rising within you. Not dominance, not control, but quiet assurance. You are learning to stand without needing to defend your position. You are learning to trust your inner confirmation more than external approval. This authority is the result of obedience practiced over time. It cannot be rushed, and it cannot be imitated. I want to speak to the patience you have been cultivating. Patience is not passive waiting. It is active trust. It is choosing to remain faithful even when results are still forming. That patience is now becoming a strength. It will keep you steady when momentum increases and decisions come faster. There is also a shift in how you perceive challenges. What once felt like obstacles now feel like information. You are learning from resistance instead of being discouraged by it. This perspective will serve you well in the days ahead. Challenges will no longer slow you down. They will sharpen you. Some of you have been wondering why certain answers are still delayed. Understand this. Not all delays are about readiness. Some delays are about alignment with others. There are people, resources, and moments that must converge at the right time. Heaven coordinates these details with precision. Trust the timing that is beyond your control. You are also becoming more aware of the power of restraint. Knowing when not to act is just as important as knowing when to move. Silence, in this season, is often strategic. You do not need to reveal everything you know or announce every step you take. Protection increases when discernment guides expression. There is a strengthening of your emotional boundaries happening now. You are learning to care without carrying what is not yours. This balance will preserve your energy and keep your focus clear. Compassion does not require depletion. You are allowed to remain whole while still being present for others. I need you to understand that what is being built in you now is sustainable. This is not a temporary elevation followed by exhaustion. This is a steady rise supported by wisdom. You are being taught how to manage increase before it fully arrives. This preparation will prevent burnout and confusion later. There may be moments where you feel alone in your perspective. This is not isolation, it is distinction. When you begin to see differently, fewer people will understand immediately. That does not mean you are wrong. It means you are early. In time, others will catch up. Continue to honor the small promptings. Continue to listen closely. Continue to choose integrity even when it costs convenience. These choices are shaping your future more than you realize. Every act of obedience is reinforcing the foundation beneath you. I, Archangel Michael, remain attentive to your path. I am assigned to guard what is unfolding and to ensure that what is meant for you arrives without interference. You are not exposed. You are not unprotected. You are covered as you move forward. Let this truth settle in you now. You are not striving to become something new. You are allowing what has been built within you to emerge. This is a season of revealing, not forcing. Stay steady. Stay receptive. Stay obedient. What lies ahead will require confidence rooted in trust, not urgency driven by fear. And you are being prepared for that reality right now. even in ways you do not yet fully recognize. My beloved one, what you are entering now is a moment of recognition. Not recognition from people, but recognition in the spiritual realm. Heaven acknowledges patterns, not moments. And the pattern you have established through obedience, patience, and humility has now reached a point of response. This is why things feel weightier. You are no longer just being prepared, you are being entrusted. I, Archangel Michael, speak to you with clarity and firmness now. There is a mantle of responsibility being placed upon you. This is not something to fear. It is something you have been shaped for. The reason your past seasons felt intense is because intensity produces capacity. You can now carry what would have cracked an earlier version of you. You may notice that people respond to you differently. Some will seek your insight. Others may feel uncomfortable around your clarity. This is normal. When alignment sharpens, it exposes contrast. Do not dim yourself to maintain comfort. You are not here to blend in. You are here to stand firm in truth and peace. There is also an increase in spiritual sensitivity happening now. You may feel more aware of atmospheres, intentions, and unspoken dynamics. This is not meant to overwhelm you. It is meant to guide you. Discernment is being activated so you can move wisely, not fearfully. Trust what you sense, but always anchor it in humility. I want to speak to your purpose in this season. It is not just about personal elevation. It is about stewardship. What you carry is meant to serve, to guide, to protect, and to illuminate. You are being positioned as a stabilizing presence, someone others can rely on without you having to announce it. There may be moments where you feel the weight of expectation. Release the pressure to perform. Heaven is not asking you to impress. It is asking you to remain faithful. Authenticity will sustain you where performance would exhaust you. Be yourself, fully aligned, fully present. You are also learning how to handle authority without control. Authority flows best through calm confidence. You do not need to assert yourself aggressively. Your consistency will speak for you. Your integrity will defend you. Your obedience will elevate you. Some relationships will deepen in this season. Others may naturally distance. Do not resist either. Alignment attracts alignment. Separation is not rejection. It is redirection. Trust that what remains will support who you are becoming. There is a creative flow being unlocked as well. Ideas, insights, and solutions may come more freely. This is part of the reward of obedience. When you listen, clarity increases. When clarity increases, creativity follows. Use it wisely. Do not rush to share everything at once. Let things mature. I need you to pause here and mark this moment intentionally. If this message is resonating deeply with you, type "I step into divine trust" in the comments right now. This is a declaration of readiness, not perfection. Blessing code 1144 is now activated over this word, sealing this phase of elevation and stewardship. And now, hear this invitation that flows directly from what you have just received. This work exists because obedience continues through people like you. When you support this mission, you are not supporting a voice. You are extending light to souls who are still searching for confirmation and peace. The Lord says to you personally in this moment, as you sow into this ground, I will cause rivers to flow where there was dryness. Your support becomes seed. That seed becomes reach. That reach becomes transformation in lives you may never meet, but heaven records every impact. I am calling you to respond now, not later. If this message has strengthened you, guided you, or anchored you, then act in alignment. You super thanks. Join the membership or give through the PayPal link in the description. This is not a transaction. It is obedience in motion. I speak blessing over every giver. May your obedience unlock favor in unseen places. May provision meet you before you ask. May peace guard your decisions. And may what you release return multiplied with purpose. Do not delay what your spirit is already agreeing with. Act now. Move now. Obedience always creates momentum. What is ahead will bring even deeper clarity about how this trust continues to unfold in your life. Beloved one, there is a settling happening within you now, and it is important that you recognize it for what it truly is. This is not complacency, and it is not uncertainty. This is assurance taking root. After trust is established, peace follows. And after peace, clarity begins to deepen in ways that are not loud, but unmistakable. I, Archangel Michael, am speaking to you at this stage because many misunderstand this moment. They assume that because the intensity has softened, the movement has slowed. But the opposite is true. What is happening now is stabilization. The ground beneath you is being reinforced so that what rises next will not collapse under its own weight. You are beginning to walk differently. Not because you are trying, but because you have changed internally. Your reactions are calm. Your discernment is sharper. Your confidence is quieter. This is the evidence that obedience has done its work. When obedience matures, it produces steadiness instead of striving. There is a new kind of trust forming between you and God. Not the trust that asks for constant reassurance, but the trust that rests even when nothing new is being explained. You are learning that you do not need to know every detail to move forward safely. You only need to remain aligned. And alignment has become familiar to you now. Some of you may notice that you are less drawn to urgency. Messages, opportunities, or pressures that once demanded immediate response no longer have the same pull. This is discernment protecting you. Not everything that is loud is important. Not everything that is immediate is necessary. You are learning to move by peace, not pressure. There is also a recalibration happening in how you measure progress. You are no longer only looking for external signs. You are paying attention to internal confirmation. How something feels in your spirit matters more than how impressive it appears on the surface. This shift will save you from many missteps. I want to address the quiet moments where you wonder if you are doing enough. Hear this clearly. Fruit grows best when roots are undisturbed. The work being done now is foundational. It may not feel dramatic, but it is essential. You are not idle. You are being established. You are also learning the value of restraint in speech. You no longer feel the need to explain every decision or defend every boundary. This is wisdom. When your alignment is strong, explanation becomes optional. Those who need to understand will understand in time. Those who do not are not meant to walk this path with you. There is an increase in spiritual authority that comes with this restraint. Authority does not announce itself. It is recognized. You will notice that people respond to you differently without you trying to change anything. This is not something to exploit. It is something to steward, with humility. I need you to remain attentive to small promptings in this phase. Obedience is still required, but now it will often come as subtle guidance rather than clear instruction. A sense to pause, a nudge to speak, a feeling to wait. Honor these moments. They are leading you safely forward. There may be brief moments where old patterns try to resurface. Old doubts, old fears, old habits of overthinking. Do not be alarmed. This does not mean you are regressing. It means those patterns no longer have authority, and they are being exposed on their way out. Let them pass without engagement. You are also learning how to rest without guilt. This is important. Rest is not withdrawal, it is renewal. You are being taught how to sustain momentum without exhausting yourself. What is coming will require endurance, not urgency. Learning to rest now is preparation for longevity later. I want you to understand that the next phase will involve clearer visibility. More will be seen. More will be known. But visibility without stability leads to collapse. That is why this grounding phase matters so much. Heaven is securing you before elevating you further. Do not compare your pace to anyone else. Their timing is not your timing. Their assignment is not your assignment. You are moving at the exact speed required to fulfill what has been entrusted to you. Comparison would only distract you from your own clarity. I, Archangel Michael, remain positioned to guard this transition. There are things you will never have to fight because they will never reach you. There are distractions that will dissolve before they form. This is not coincidence. It is protection, responding to obedience. Let this truth anchor you now. Nothing about this season is random. Every pause, every insight, every quiet moment of confirmation is part of a larger orchestration. You are not drifting. You are being guided with precision. Remain attentive. Remain grounded. Remain obedient in the small, quiet ways that others overlook. These are the very actions that are securing what is coming next. What lies ahead will require courage shaped by peace and clarity strengthened by trust. And you are already being prepared to walk in it with confidence and calm. My beloved one, the season you are standing in now is marked by readiness. Not the kind of readiness that feels rushed or anxious, but the kind that is calm, aware, and steady. This is the phase where clarity begins to translate into movement. Not forced movement, not impulsive action, but intentional steps guided by discernment. You are no longer wondering if something is coming. You are learning how to walk as it approaches. I, Archangel Michael, speak to you now because many misunderstand this moment. They think preparation ends when clarity comes, but in truth, preparation deepens. You are being trained to move wisely when doors open, not just eagerly. Excitement without wisdom leads to missteps, but you are being shaped to move with balance. There is a strengthening of resolve happening within you. You are becoming more decisive, yet less reactive. This is important. Decisiveness rooted in peace is a powerful force. You will notice that you no longer feel pulled in many directions. Your focus is narrowing, not limiting you but sharpening you. When focus sharpens, impact increases. You may feel a growing sense of confidence around certain decisions you once delayed. This is not impatience, it is readiness. You are beginning to recognize when waiting has done its work and when action is now appropriate. This discernment will protect you from both rushing ahead and lingering too long. There is also a call to greater visibility forming around you. Not visibility for attention, but visibility for influence. What you carry is meant to be seen at the right time. This may feel uncomfortable if you are naturally reserved, but understand this. Visibility does not mean exposure without protection. Heaven does not reveal what it does not also guard. You are learning how to steward attention wisely. Where you give your energy matters now more than ever. Not every conversation deserves access. Not every opinion requires response. Silence, in this season, will often be more powerful than explanation. Choose your words with intention. They are carrying weight. I want to speak clearly about consistency again. Consistency is what will sustain what is coming. Passion may ignite it, but consistency will maintain it. Show up faithfully, even when results are still forming. This is where many fall away, but you will remain. You have learned the value of staying grounded when things are quiet. Now, I need to pause here and speak directly to you as a listener. If this message is aligning with your spirit, engage with it. Like this video as a sign of agreement. Share it with someone who may be standing in a similar season of readiness. Leave a comment declaring that you are prepared to walk in wisdom and obedience. These actions are not empty gestures. They create alignment and extend the reach of this word. Subscribe to this channel if you have not already. Staying connected keeps you positioned to receive what is released next. There is a flow forming here, and when you remain consistent, you remain covered. This is not about numbers. It is about continuity and obedience. There is also a reminder here about community. You are not meant to walk this next phase isolated. Support, accountability, and shared discernment will strengthen you. Pay attention to who encourages growth rather than urgency. Those are the connections aligned with your future. You may sense that some old cycles are fully closing now. Situations that once repeated themselves no longer have access to you. This is not because you fought them away, but because you outgrew them. Growth naturally closes doors that no longer fit. Do not revisit what has already released you. There is a refining of your confidence happening as well. It is no longer dependent on outcomes. It is rooted in identity. You are learning who you are apart from what you achieve. This will keep you steady when success increases and humble when challenges arise. I also want to address your sense of anticipation. You are right to feel it. Something is approaching, but it will not demand frantic preparation. What you need is already being established within you. Trust that when the moment arrives, you will recognize it without confusion. Before this message continues further, let this sink in deeply. You are not waiting for permission anymore. You are waiting for alignment. And alignment is already unfolding. Hold steady. Keep listening. Keep responding. Wait for it, because what is about to be revealed next will bring clarity about how this readiness translates into tangible change in your life. Beloved child, the moment you are approaching now carries weight, not because it is loud, but because it is decisive. This is the season where inner preparation begins to meet outward manifestation. You may not see everything clearly yet, but you can feel the certainty settling in your spirit. That certainty is not emotion. It is knowing. And knowing is the language of alignment. I, Archangel Michael, speak to you now to steady your steps, because when transition becomes visible, it can tempt the heart to move too quickly. What is unfolding will require intentional pacing. Not hesitation, not delay, but deliberate movement. You are learning that wisdom often whispers while impulse shouts. And you are becoming skilled at discerning the difference. There is a convergence happening around you. Things that once felt scattered are beginning to align. Conversations, ideas, opportunities, and timing are quietly moving into place. You may not have orchestrated this, but you have been prepared for it. Obedience has drawn the right pieces toward you without force. You may feel a heightened awareness of responsibility. This is not pressure. It is awareness. You are beginning to sense that your choices now carry greater impact. That is because influence increases when trust is established. Heaven does not expand reach without first refining character. You have endured that refining, and now expansion is near. There is also a clarity emerging about what you will no longer tolerate. Boundaries that once felt difficult to maintain now feel necessary and natural. This is growth. Boundaries protect purpose. They ensure that energy is not drained by what does not contribute to destiny. Honor these boundaries without guilt. They are signs of maturity. You are also being taught how to wait without disconnecting. Waiting does not mean disengagement. It means remaining attentive, responsive, and ready. You are learning how to stay present without striving. This balance will serve you well when movement accelerates. Some of you may feel moments of reflection rising. Memories of past seasons, old prayers, long waits. This is not nostalgia. It is perspective. You are being shown how far you have come so that you do not underestimate what is about to unfold. Gratitude for the journey strengthens faith for the future. There is a quiet confidence forming in you that does not need reassurance. You are no longer asking constantly if you are on the right path. You are walking it. Doubt may still knock, but it no longer lives inside. This is the fruit of obedience sustained over time. I want to address the way you handle uncertainty now. You are no longer trying to eliminate it. You are navigating it. That is wisdom. Uncertainty does not disappear at higher levels. It is simply managed with greater trust. You are learning to move forward even when not every outcome is guaranteed. That courage is essential. You may notice that your prayers are changing. They are less about asking for signs and more about asking for wisdom. Less about outcomes and more about alignment. This shift reveals growth. You are no longer seeking control. You are seeking guidance. And guidance is being given. There is also a purification of motivation taking place. Your desires are being refined. What once appealed to ego now feels empty. What once felt small now feels meaningful. This recalibration ensures that when blessing arrives, it will not distract you from purpose. It will serve it. Be mindful of your inner dialogue in this phase. Speak truth to yourself. Remind yourself of what has been proven. You have been faithful. You have been patient. You have been obedient. These facts matter more than fleeting feelings. Anchor yourself in truth when emotions fluctuate. You are approaching a moment where action will be required, but it will not be confusing. It will feel clear, even if it feels bold. When that moment comes, trust the preparation that has already taken place. You will not need to become someone else to step forward. You will simply need to be fully present as you are. I, Archangel Michael, remain watchful over this threshold you are nearing. There are forces that would love to distract you now, to pull your attention sideways just before alignment completes. Stay focused. Stay grounded. Stay connected to what has guided you this far. This season is not about proving anything. It is about positioning. Positioning determines access, and access determines impact. You are being positioned carefully, intentionally, and securely. Let this truth settle deeply. You are ready, not because you know everything, but because you trust the one who is guiding you. The trust is enough to carry you forward. What is coming next will bring closure to this journey of preparation and open the door to a new chapter of manifestation, reward, and responsibility. Stay attentive. Stay obedient. The moment is closer than it appears. My beloved child, you have arrived at a moment that heaven had been preparing with precision. This is not an ending. It is a crossing. Everything you have heard, felt, endured, and obeyed had been leading to this threshold. The reason your spirit feels both calm and alert is because you are aligned. Alignment creates peace even when destiny is unfolding. I, Archangel Michael, speak to you now with finality and assurance. What is coming to you is no longer forming. It is arriving. The obedience that once felt quiet, unnoticed, and even costly has now spoken on your behalf. Heaven responds not to noise but to faithfulness, and your faithfulness hath been recorded. This is the season where reward meets responsibility. Not reward as indulgence, but reward as trust. You are being entrusted with more clarity, more influence, and more authority to steward what is placed in your hands. This is why your character was refined before your circumstances changed. Heaven never elevates without preparation. You may notice that fear has lost its intensity. It may still whisper, but it no longer controls direction. That is because trust has matured. You are no longer trying to convince yourself to believe. You simply do. This quiet confidence is the mark of someone who has walked through obedience long enough to recognize the voice of guidance. There is also a sense of closure settling in. Old cycles are ending without drama. Old questions are losing relevance. Old wounds no longer define reactions. This is healing integrated, not just acknowledged. You are not carrying the past forward. You are carrying wisdom forward. What comes next will require courage, but not the kind fueled by adrenaline. It will require steady courage rooted in peace. You will move when instructed. You will pause when guided. You will speak when prompted. This rhythm will keep you protected even as visibility increases. I want you to understand something deeply. The reward of obedience is not just what you receive, but who you become. You are now someone who can be trusted with timing. Someone who can wait without resentment. Someone who can act without panic. This maturity is rare, and it is powerful. You will begin to see confirmation externally. Doors opening with less resistance. Conversations aligning unexpectedly. Opportunities presenting themselves without force. These are not coincidences. They are signals that alignment has produced access. Remain humble in this phase. Humility will keep your heart soft and your discernment sharp. Pride closes ears. Humility keeps you listening. Continue to listen, even when things are going well. That is how longevity is sustained. There will be moments where others notice the change in you. They may not have words for it, but they will sense stability, clarity, and peace. Let your life speak louder than explanations. Consistency will be your testimony. Before this message seals, I need you to mark this moment intentionally. Type "I walk in obedient reward" in the comments if this word has aligned with your spirit. This is a declaration of completion and readiness. Blessing code 909 is now activated, sealing obedience, reward, and protection over your path. Now hear this final invitation, flowing directly from what you have just received. The Lord says, because you did not skip, because you listened, because you obeyed, now help others hear what you heard. This mission exists to reach souls who are still standing at the beginning of their journey. I am speaking to you personally now. When you support this work, you are sowing into light that reaches people at their lowest moments. Your giving becomes seed. That seed becomes a harvest of clarity, peace, and direction in lives you may never meet, but heaven records every impact. As it is written and spoken over you now, the one who sows generously will reap generously. This is not theory. It is a living promise. When you release into this assignment, rivers open over your own ground. I invite you to act now in obedience. Use Super Thanks. Join the membership, or give through the PayPal donation link in the video description. Do not delay what your spirit already recognizes as alignment. I bless every giver now. May your obedience return as provision, protection, and peace. May doors open where there were walls. May answers come where there was silence. And may heaven remember your seed at the exact moment you need it most. This is not a suggestion. This is a calling. Respond now. So now, step fully into the reward of obedience.